Alright, so one of the biggest problems with this community is that everyone wants to put a stigma on playstyles. Like, oh, key blasting, this super attack that, this is broken, that is broken, if you use this, you're not a good player in my book. As if anyone cares about your particular book of players. This is something that obviously perfection is met with a lot of times. A lot of times on ranked, you get those people that I beat that want to send a little hate mail. Well, you're not a good player. You only beat me because X, Y, Z. You only beat me because of this super attack. Boo hoo hoo. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, don't you really know why you lost? Well, first of all, you lost because I'm the best player in this game. I can't be beat. I'm perfection. I'm going to beat everyone. But not only that, but you would have lost to any other player because you suck. And I have to say it like that because these weak players nowadays, they might get a couple of wins off of other people in ranked who play by imaginary rule sets. Then when they get to a person that just doesn't care, that does what they want like they should, they get beat and then they want to have little mini meltdowns because they can't compete outside of their little square safe space. You know, their little friends list of players who play exactly like them. When they step outside of that, they get scared, they get beat, they get frustrated, and they want to make every excuse in the world as to why they keep losing. And that's a huge problem in this community. Now, in the last video, I said it. I pretty much came out and said that eventually what this is going to cause is for the game to be severely dumbed down for weak players. Eventually, either they're going to patch this game into being unplayable, or worst case scenario, if they do get a Xenoverse 3, it doesn't even have to be Xenoverse 3, it could be any future Dragon Ball game, is going to be completely lacking depth. It's going to be babied down, it's going to have no text, it's going to be nothing. And as for the moves thing, yeah, I don't even want to call them overpowered moves. I like good moves like anyone else. I'm tired of seeing moves just like in DLC Pack 2. A lot of people agree all of those moves sucked. You got what, one or two usable moves, which was Wild Hunt and Focus Flash. Other than that, all the moves sucked. All of them were uninspired. All of them were a waste of time. And if I could, and I wish I could go back and get that time back that I wasted unlocking those other trash moves and would have just stuck to Wild Flash or Wild Hunt and Focus Flash. Because what makes a good move, or what makes a usable move, is what makes it unique. Let me give you an example. Shining Slash, what does it do? It's not really, it doesn't do that much. It does a lot of damage. Let's put it like this. It does good damage, but it sets you up for combos. It sets you up for different cancels, like ultimate cancels, super attack cancels, stamina break cancels. And I've said in past videos that Shining Slash was overpowered and needed a nerf. Is that true? Yeah, because you can go into a stamina break. I don't think you should be able to go into a stamina break, but if you could go into combos and that was it, then I'd be fine with it. Other moves like, let's see, Death Beam. Death Beam is a good example. It's a good move. It's not your standard super attack. You can cancel from it and go into more combos, and if you've managed your ki well, you can continue going into different combos if you've managed to build up that much ki and use it wisely. But then you get those trash moves that, and I have to bring up his name, people like rhymestyle want all the moves to be like I've heard, I don't have a tweet, I don't have a message, but I've heard from different people that rhymestyle likes Guy of Destruction's Menace. He thinks all ultimates, I've heard this from reliable sources, that he wants all ultimates to be like Guy of Destruction's Menace. And that's a problem. Does anyone use Guy of Destruction's Menace? No. Why is that? It's not because it's not overpowered, it's because it's severely underpowered. If I'm using an ultimate that costs 3 bars of ki, then that ultimate better at least do 9k to 10k damage, at least, to warrant me wasting that amount of ki on it. I think that's fair. I think that if a super attack is going to distinguish itself from the rest of the super attacks, it needs to be doing something extraordinary. Either it should be setting you up for combo cancels or stamina break cancels, or it should be doing some really good damage, like Riot Javelin. If you're really low on health and you're damaged and you throw out this move, it could be a complete comeback. That's the way it should function. Tri-beam in a conventional sense sucks because it takes so long to charge up, but if you can get the hit, it does a crap ton of damage. There should be one key bar super moves that could do tons of damage in certain conditions. Look at the escape moves. Now, Dimps has done a terrible job of ruining every escape move in this game. Like, they destroyed Absolute Zero, which is fine because I just moved on to another escape move like any other sensible person would. But guess what you just did? You dumbed down Ice Shenron to the point where nobody wants to use him because now his escape move sucks. And I mean, it wasn't that overpowered. It just made people think about pressing that square button. Like, oh, now you can't tap square button as much as long as your opponent has stamina. They ruined Go-Go Gum because people wanted to be babies and whine about it, but now guess what? No one's going to use that move, and now you've officially created another fodder move that no one cares about. You've created another fodder escape move that no one cares about. Now you've made Dragon Flash Bullet sort of pointless, which should never be a developer's goal. Your goal as a developer should never be to make a move pointless, useless, and to the point where nobody wants to use it. It should just be within a reasonable range, if you get what I'm saying. Like, you had to go through an immense amount of setup to use the Go-Go Gum Dragon Flash Bullet setup, because you had to sacrifice 3 bars of stamina, 1 additional bar of ki to use Go-Go Gum, and then 3 additional bars of ki to get good damage out of Dragon Flash Bullet. So you've used 4 bars of ki and 3 bars of stamina to get decent damage out of that move. What was wrong with that? Nothing. But guess what? It wasn't the be-all end-all. People thought that if they nerfed that, then I would quit winning. Guess what? I'm still winning, but now you guys have 3 or 4 less moves that you can use on this game, and there was already an absence of moves to use in this game. So congratulations, you played yourselves. But you see what I'm getting at here. You're ruining the game through whining, because they're gonna dumb down every super attack. Every new super attack that they make is gonna be drastically dumbed down and useless, and that's gonna just drive people not to play this game because it's boring. Now you have no good moves. They don't do anything interesting. They're just reskins of every other attack in this game, and now the game has lost its attraction, which is going to translate into lowered playtime. I'm pretty sure they do keep track of playtime on this game for PS4 and Xbox, so when they see that significant dip in playtime, guess what? Maybe they decide that they don't make Xenoverse 3. Maybe they don't care, and maybe they only care if they get certain kind of sales. I'll get into that in another video. But you guys are just accomplishing one thing. You're destroying the game for your own agendas because you think if you weaken certain moves is going to create a path to victory. You think that if you weaken certain mechanics like Ki Blast canceling is going to be a clear path to victory, and I'm going to let you know that's not the case. All you're doing is giving yourself less options at the end of the day, and you're going to continue to get beat, but the only difference is the game is going to be more boring than what it already was. So that's where I'm going to leave the discussion at. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, follow me on Twitch, Twitter as well. And if you're a true perfectionist, hit that notification bell so that you do know when I go live, when I drop a video, all that good stuff. As for me, perfection, I'll see you in the next one, and I'm going to keep on winning.